What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails of Cold Steel. Last time, we started off on our free day. We took care of our 3 bonding events we got to do, as well as the first option, well, the only optional side quest that we had to do. And now we have the 2 mandatory quests. We have to help out George and Angelica with something, as well as the old schoolhouse as usual. So we're going to head over and do that. I refuse to accept any blame for this. It's all Alice's fault for bringing a maid into her dorm. She can't do that. She's a commoner after all. I didn't step a single toe out of line. I mean, Alisa is a commoner, but her family is very well off. Obviously, Rhineford Company, we've heard a lot about up until now. Like, obviously, probably as big as everyone who kind of works, you know, like, obviously the Russells and everything, like, they're very technologically advanced in the stuff that they make. So, obviously, like, Alice's family does have a lot of money. Even though they are not, you know, true-born nobles, but they're still very well off. Alright, let's see what George and Angelica need. Hey there, Reen. Thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Alisa and Laura are? Those 2 lovely flowers would do wonders in brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Reen's life even harder than it already is. Haha, sorry. I probably shouldn't think out loud. Haha. I still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request was for me to assist with testing out your orbital bike, wasn't it? So what will I be doing? Oh, please, I could hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped in through the door. I was not, but wait, does that mean... Yeah, we want you to ride the orbital bike. Me? I can't deny the thought I wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Yeah. Okay, let's ride. Haha, good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her. And because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. But because we tuned it specifically to her, it become a little tough for anyone else to handle. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine bike, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Right, I'm really hoping I make it through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Crow's written it just fine. But I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner. Which is great, you'll have a more objective opinion after your ride. I guess that makes sense why you asked me then. Haha, feeling a little nervous, are we? Excuse me. Let's head over onto the highway. Oh, everyone's here. All 4 of them. So, what are Toa and Crow doing here? Aha, Angie and George told us you'd be doing this, so I came along to show some support and take some time off work. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Toa's here. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Thanks. Crow, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, Reen, just ignore everything that this guy says. I do, and it's worked great for me. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Alright, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica, that helps. I won't let you down. I mean, I've never ridden a motorcycle myself, but I can't imagine it would be much different than... I mean, obviously, it's very different in a lot of ways, but riding a bike and riding a motorcycle, they're both, you know, 2-wheeled vehicles. Okay, then it should be just about everything you need to know. But then again, you know, I could say the same. Like, I've gone surfing a lot, but I've never snowboarded before, and I'm sure both are vastly different. I think I get it now. 3 things you want me to test are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right. We want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper, though. Hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine's simple enough, but how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle and then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Okay, this is stuff we're going to need to remember. So open slowly and steadily. Okay, release the clutch slowly and steadily when I start moving. Okay, I'll try not to forget. Next up is switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure you pull in the clutch quickly and firmly, okay? Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you start up. I can do that. Last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and apply the brakes to both wheels, front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure, though. Apply the brakes strongly to the front wheel and lightly to the back wheel. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to the front and lightly to the back. It's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. Haha, that's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So what do you say, ready to go? You bet. Obviously, you don't want to stop too hard on the front or else you know the bike is going to flip forward. Right then, first is starting up the engine. Wow, this is pretty intense. It kind of reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Alright, let's push those nerves to the side and get going. Okay, so I pull the clutch, shift to first gear, twist the throttle, let go of the clutch. Juggle told me what she say again? I think it was slowly and steadily. I'm probably already forgetting correctly, but slowly and steadily for the first thing, right? Now we're talking. This is great. There he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hee hee, hopefully. Wow, this feels amazing. I'm amazed at just how stable and smooth the ride is, too, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to the speed now, so let's try switching gears. Right, first I need to roll off the throttle, then I need to pull in the clutch, change the gears, and release it. Angelica told me I had to handle the clutch a specific way during all this. What was it again? I actually don't remember exactly. Oh, right. I need to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly, then change gears. And after that, I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. Alright, well, I guess that was right. There we go. Perfect. I didn't even do that based on memory. I'm just like, what would be the smartest thing to do, I would think. Going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves it so much. Well, the fun's gotta come to an end eventually. It's probably about time to stop. Obviously, I need to hit the brakes, but how much pressure do I put on them? Right, it was strongly at the front, lightly at the back. I'm pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front brakes and light on the rear brakes. I stopped almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This thing's incredible, though. It's like I'm still riding along, even though I've come to a stop. But I guess I gotta snap out of it eventually. The others are waiting for me. I'd better head back now. Yeah, how far did you ride? Like, he obviously wasn't... And there's no cars on the road at all. Welcome back, Reen. Well, how was it? I'm amazed, to say the least. The sheer speed, the engine's vibration, the feeling of the wind as you ride along. I've never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could have prepared me for this. Just wow. I guess you've got some potential. Look at this guy. He's trying to act all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, let me get back out and ride. Plain as day. Seems like you handled it really well, too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect these kind of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it was the first ride with her, too. Nice to know I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Hee, not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. Aha, it's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each phase. Let's do that back at the engineering building. Good plan. Aw, they're having so much fun with this. Haha, maybe too much. Well, that went over well. Thanks, Reen. The info you gave me should come in handy. Haha, glad I could help. I think she'll be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Alice's mother about everything we learned today if they end up mass-producing orbital bikes. Alice's mother is the chairman of the Reinforn group, isn't she? I didn't know you were familiar with each other. The Ragnar and Reinforn families share a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Rower, right? Yeah, Angie's dad is one of the group's biggest shareholders, too. Wow, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Alice's mother provided the engine and a number of other parts for the bike, too. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right, although whether or not Reinforn will actually mass-produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit, so the only way it's happening is if we can show them it would make money. Well, I would imagine, you know, it's probably a lot cheaper to buy a bike than it is a car. I mean, obviously we know Harold from Trails from Zero has a car because of his work, but a more, I guess, normal citizen, you could say, would probably have a better chance at buying an orbital bike rather than an orbital car. Which obviously wouldn't be as nice, you know, you can't, like, store things in your car, like you go grocery shopping or whatever. But if you're just trying to use it to get from point A to point B, you know, it would be nice to have. Which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. And today you were a big help in getting closer to that goal. Wow, I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you got it. I guess my first impressions of you were right on the mark. Oh, I haven't probably thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Dragon Vein. Are you sure about this? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Haha, of course. I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well then, Reen, thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. He really loves riding. Alright, well, after that's done, so I guess now we can actually head on to the old schoolhouse. So, I guess we will just, well, we can see what everyone else is up to real quick. So let's head to the academy. Yeah, we'll say hi to all the students, and if we still have time before the video goes on too long, then we'll head to the old schoolhouse. Let's go say hi to Eustace real quick. Phew. Wow, your clothes are covered with dirt. You're even more into this than I realized. It's just dirt, hardly an issue. It takes a good deal of effort to care for horses. I suppose it's only natural to end up like this. I suppose you're right. Alright, so let's go say hi to Machias and Emma. At least I got those questions right, as opposed to the midterms, which I know I did awful in. no one in here right now. Wow, he looks like he's really into it. Ah, hello there, Reen. Sorry, I was caught in my game here. No worries, sorry if I disturbed you. Is there a big chess game coming up or something? You seem way more focused than I'd expect than just for just a... I'd expect for just a regular match. Indeed, there is. And no, not just any match either. It's a match that will determine the fate of this club. But I have every intention of completely dominating the upper class students. Oh, there you have it. I do remember about that. Fishing club is closed right now. All right, no one would be in the student council room since Toa isn't in there. And then I guess, like, students only spend 2 years at this academy. So, someone's gonna have to take over as student council president after this year. Because Toa's a second year. So I assume Emma's in here? No, she should be in the building we were just in, but... Is she in one of the clubs over there? What room would she be in? Oh, she's probably in literature club, right? Yeah. Dorothy, what is this exactly? The outline for our next work, of course. It's a pure love story focused on boys who have devoted themselves to sports, body and soul. Don't worry, though. I'll let you join in on the fun, too. You'll be helping me out once I've got the rough draft written up. Her tastes are certainly broad. Alright. Alright, who else are we looking for? So... Crow is over at the pawn shop, and then we've got Gaius, Elliot, and Toa in the main building. Anyone? Yeah, okay, so she's on the first floor. Nice work today, Reen. Are you looking forward to the midterm results announcement as much as I am? No. Haha, it sounds strange to say it, but I am. You're looking pretty busy for someone who just finished her midterms, though. You bet. Now that the year is halfway through, we've got a lot to discuss. So much, in fact, that we even just reserved this room to discuss it. There's the Academy Festival, someone who wants to use a swimming pool next month, and about a zillion other events. Man, I guess it isn't easy being a student council member. I think you're the last person in the world who'd actually take this advice, but try not to overwork yourself. I guess I'll consider it. Hee thanks, Reen. These are all just student council members. No one actually has a name. I suppose that works. Alright, second floor for Machias and Elliot. What room are they in? Oh, Elliot's obviously going to be in the music room. Nothing relaxes me quite like cradling a violin in my hands, especially since I never had much a chance to play during our midterms. Yeah, most clubs put their regular meetings on hold while exams were going on. You seem pretty happy, though. Haha, it's that obvious, huh? I'm planning on pretty much spending my entire day just playing. After not playing for so long, I'm out of form, so I need to get back into it. Makes sense. And then art room, obviously, for Gaius. Our midterms gave me a chance to come up with a clear image of what I want to paint. I'm not just planning on submitting anything to contests or competitions, though. So for now, I'll focus on painting for myself. That sounds good. And I believe that is everybody who needed... Oh, yeah, let's go to the pawn shop real quick, say hi to Crow. Then we can head to the old schoolhouse and get started. We may not finish the entire old schoolhouse in this video, though. Oh, nope, too early. It's down here. Yo, how are you feeling about your first midterms? Well, I think I passed at the very least. How about you? Sitting slightly above average, I think. Would have gone better if I could have gotten my hands on a list of the test questions in advance, though. Damn, I should have seen if Old Man Mick was good for it. You know, I really doubt he'd have something like that for sale. I mean, slightly. So what's average? So I would assume average test scores would be like an 80, like 75 or an 80. So is Crow like saying he probably scored around there? All right, we said hi to everybody, seeing what everyone's up to. Let's head to the old schoolhouse. It really hasn't been that long since we've had to do some fights, but it does feel like it's been a little bit of time. All right, let's head in. Should we get the show on the road? I didn't read all that, but it's pretty much the same thing he says every month. Yup, the day will advance to evening, okay. What? What was that? There really must be something down in here. Anyway, let's get this party started. Everyone from Class 7, they'd be willing to come along, so who should I call? Oh, so you can't bring everybody, so you can bring 5 out of these 8. Let's bring Fee, Elliot, Laura, Alisa, and I guess Gaius works. I did that for a reason. These two really don't seem like they're gonna work well together. Okay, let's get this investigation started. Everyone ready? Ready whenever you are. I've heard about your last few investigations. Taking me would be your optimal strategy. Alright, I'm counting on you. After what happened last time, there's no telling what we're in for. Keep your wits about you, everyone. Obviously, we haven't had Elliot and Gaius in the party for a while, so a lot of their stuff isn't even opened right now. We'll make it work, though. So this is the elevator. It does seem suspicious. Another light's lit up on the main panel, too. Looks like we can go down as far as the 3rd floor now. When did that happen? How could this device possibly work? What's powering it? Anyway, let's check what's on the 3rd floor has in store for us. We need to investigate whether anything else has changed this month. So yeah, obviously, depending on who you bring with you, the dialogue will very slightly change. It'll change who's saying what. And that'll be a case moving forward. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, in Trails of the Sky 2nd chapter, whether you bring Agate or Shara with you for that early stuff. Like, obviously, it'll change who's there. So this is the 3rd floor, and a massive door, much like the others. I think it's fair to assume that we'll find strong monsters lurking inside. Yeah, I think we can safely assume we're not headed for a picnic. Alright, let's be careful out there, everyone. Do our best anyway.
さあ、行きましょう。
Oh boy, it's a big area in here. You know what? I think we're gonna, this is a little shorter of a video, but I think we're gonna end things off here. And because I do feel like there's gonna be at least 2 areas here, and it is quite a bit to cover. So I think saving it all for next time will be a good idea. So that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.